All right, we're going to get started in a couple of minutes. If you can hear me now, you're in the right place. It's Jake Poole here with Firegang Dental Marketing, so we'll just give a couple more minutes here. All right, we'll give it just one more minute, I think, here. One more minute, and we'll get started and get you all set with the ultimate guide to using online reviews to attract new patients. So if you can hear me, if you can see the screen there, you are in the right place. We'll get started here in just a minute. All right, we are going to get started here. Very exciting topic. This is a topic that every single dentist and dental office needs to know about in this day and age. This is becoming more and more important. It's actually extremely important right now, and what most dentists know is how important it's going to be. So it's going to be even more important than it is right now. So you're in the right place. You are very smart to attend and learn more about how to get reviews, how to attract new patients using reviews online. And we're going to show you a little bit of a case study of a practice who has done this and saw tremendous results. So let's get started here. Very exciting. So a couple things before we start. If you can, hold any questions till the end. Now, while I'm speaking here, if you want to go ahead and locate, there should be a chat box somewhere on your screen, somewhere on your computer here. There should be a chat box where you can type in and you can type in questions and we can see those and we can answer those. So if you can, just let me know that you can hear me. So as I'm talking here, let me know. Type in the chat box, say yes, I can hear you, or say no, I can't hear you, which wouldn't make any sense, right? Because if you couldn't hear me, then you wouldn't hear me ask you that. So if you can hear me, go ahead and type in the box, say yes, I can hear you, and then let me know that you can hear me. So go ahead and find the box, little chat box somewhere on your screen. You might have to click a couple things, and the place that says questions, and go ahead and type in your questions and let me know. Okay, I've got a couple in here. Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, just keep letting me know here. Type in your box. Yes, we can hear. Okay, we got good. Yes, I can hear you. Okay, just let me know. I just want to make sure everyone can hear here. So go ahead and type in your box if you can find it. Let me know that you can hear me. I do want to make sure everyone can hear me. Okay, great. Frank says I can hear you perfectly. Thank you, Frank. Good to see you. See some familiar faces. Anyone else, please go ahead and let me know that you can hear me. I just want to make sure the audio is working well. We got a couple more. Yep, can hear you. Okay. Good. Okay, good. It sounds like you all can hear me, so that's good. It's the questions box here. Now, remember that questions box because we're going to come back to that as we move forward. Now, this is going to be a packed. We're going to try to keep it to a half hour. I know your time is valuable. Obviously, 30 minutes is not a lot of time to go in depth on such an important subject. So it's going to be packed, and if you want any more information, I'm going to show you a way that you can get more information for yourself. You can get more information for your staff. If you really want to take your reviews and your online reputation to the next level, we will show you how you can do that. And also at the end, we're going to show you how you can we actually have a live Q&A where you can ask the questions that are particular to your particular practice. So very exciting. Stay tuned, and at the end, we'll go over some very particular questions that you might have. So type in the box there if you can. Now, if you've located the chat box, I want to know what's your biggest struggle when you try to attract new patients right now. So what is your biggest struggle? Maybe it's with staff. Go ahead and type in your box what your biggest struggle is. We have quite a few folks on here. Just go ahead and type in your box. I see some people saying staff. I see some people saying insurances. I'm seeing some people pop on here. Great, we've got some familiar faces here. Insurances. What are some of your biggest struggles? I see SEO is a struggle. Okay, good. Finding higher quality patients. That's a good one, as Frank says. Absolutely. So there's many struggles that you're probably encountering right now. So I want to show you how we're going to try to ease some of those. One of the biggest struggles we see is how to take care of reviews and how to attract new patients with reviews and how to really protect your reputation online, because every day, every patient you see, they can potentially be a good review for you. They could go home and put a positive review on. They could also go home and put a negative review on and potentially really tarnish your reputation. Not only that, a patient that you don't see could actually do that as well, right? Any patient, anybody, maybe they called in your office and they didn't like the way your phones were answered, they didn't like your front office staff, they could potentially go online and hurt your reputation. So we're going to show you how to use these reviews to attract exactly the type of patient, the high quality patients you need, making them choose you over the competition. So there you go, Frank. We're going to show you how to attract high quality reviews that are going to attract high quality patients. And I'm going to give you a little sneak peek, a little clue to that. And some of that has to do with what they actually put in the review. So what they actually use as the keywords in the review. So a little sneak peek there. So we're going to show you which online review sites are worth using and which are just a waste of your time and resources. And we're going to show you a step-by-step approach to getting your staff on board to ask patients for online reviews. We're going to answer your questions at the end. So if you stick around to the end, we're going to have, if you haven't received our book yet, our book's got a lot of press over the past couple years. It's very, very much a do-it-yourself. We show you how to do things. We'll give that to you for free if you have not received that yet. We'll also give you at the end our ultimate guide to online reviews. This is a downloadable PDF that you can give to your staff. We're going to show you a just ask sample training script. So we're going to show you how to just ask for reviews as the doctor or as your staff, and we're going to give you a script that you can give your staff for that, or you as the doctor, you can follow the script. And then we're going to show you, for anyone that's interested, the dentist guide to choosing a marketing company. So a lot of times a marketing company like ourselves can help you with this. We're not here to sell you anything. We're actually here to give you information and really help you succeed. But at the end, if you are interested in getting help with that, of course, we will show you how to do that. But that is not why we're here. I want to show you how to be successful with online reviews. And I'm going to show you a case study of somebody that went through one of our training courses and the results they got. And I want to be very, very clear to you that not everyone will experience the results that we're going to show you today. And this is everything we show you is real. It's real client data. It's real client examples. But these clients have worked hard and they're reaping the benefits every day. We do not want to set unrealistic expectations in anything we do. We want you to know what's possible. We want you to know that it does take work and it does take really implementing the right tactics to get these results. So not everyone will experience the results, but they are possible, and the practices that do everything right, that do follow these tactics, they do see these results a lot of times. So a little bit about us. I'll go quickly here because I see a lot of familiar faces who have been on these webinars before and know us. So we're Firegang Dental Marketing. You probably have seen us all around. You've probably seen us on Facebook quite a bit. We're Google certified partners, so we take it very seriously to go through Google's rigorous testing to make sure they kind of vet everyone that is a partner. So we are a partner. We've gone through the tests, and we've had lots of coverage everywhere. You've probably seen us in Untitled Town. You've probably seen us featured in a lot of podcasts. I may have been at a study club near you. Just in Chicago recently, speaking to the AAP, American Academy of Periodontology, I believe, or periodontists. You know, we travel all over. Be in Boston next year. Study clubs all over. If you're interested, you have a study club that you need some help. You know, you want to share some information with your study club, feel free to contact us, and we will see if we can arrange something. Really get out to your study club and show them what's working lately for online reviews. This is me. I am a self-proclaimed big Google nerd. I love Google. I love technology. I love Elon Musk. Everyone at Firegang is the same way, and so we just really take this technology seriously, and we you know, we live it and breathe it. So every day we're trying to figure out how to get you, the dentist, to perform better on Google. So that's why we're here. Now, the real reason we're here is to help you close what we call your new patient gap. So with regards to your new patient gap, so that is the number of patients you want to see in 6 months versus the number of patients you're seeing now, right? So it's the gap between where you're at, where you want to be. There's actually something new that's forming and we're developing, which is called your reviews gap. So you really, in the similar way that you're seeing new patients every month, you know, you might be seeing 5, 10, 20, 30, you know, we have clients seeing up to 150 or 200 new patients. You actually, per month, right, you're actually getting a certain amount of reviews per month. So that might be 0, might be 1, might be 2. And you need to really have a goal number of reviews that you want to see. So if you're seeing 2 reviews being put up to Google or Yelp each month, you might want to get that up to 4, right? So your gap there is 2 reviews. So today we're actually looking at how to close your reviews gap. So how to get up to a solid number of reviews per month that's going to put you ahead of your competitors. So we're going to show you a couple of examples here. This is a client named Dr. David Pinsky, and Dr. Pinsky has implemented a lot of the tactics we're going to talk today, and he has seen tremendous review growth, and because of that he's seen tremendous patient growth. And what Dr. Pinsky said is, I initially thought you weren't going to get new patients from the internet, but in this day and age, everyone uses online reviews to find what they need. Every day we're asking good patients for reviews. So Dr. Pinsky has had tremendous success. The other day he emailed us and said he got 7 patients in 1 day. So again, not typical results, but Dr. Pinsky has done a lot of good things right. And one of the things he has done is jumped on the bandwagon of really creating a reviews culture inside of his office, and we're going to talk about that. So important thing to note, 79% of consumers trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations. So basically what we're learning as time goes on is that patients are reading online and they're thinking of these people as their friends. They're trusting these reviews with kind of almost blindly because it's on the internet, it must be true, right? That's what patients are kind of going by, and they're really, really trusting reviews. And so the more that the reviews that you have online seem like they're real, you know, are real patients who have real procedures, the more that they're going to trust those people who left the review and then actually come in your office. So it's a phenomenon that's actually happening here. So a quick checkup for you in your office, a few questions to ask yourselves. Do you have a strategy in place to ask patients to give you reviews? So type in your box, let me know, type in the box there, do you have an actual strategy in place to get reviews? And of course the easy answer is of course not. That's why we're on this webinar. Of course, I understand that for sure. But let me know. Maybe you do. Maybe it's not working. Maybe you do have a review strategy and it is working. You're just trying to make it better. Let me know in the box. I see no, we don't. I see okay. I see most people do not have a strategy. That's okay. That's why you're here. That's okay. Now, the other question is: are you monitoring your existing reviews on a daily basis or a monthly basis? So do you know when you get new reviews? And then do you have negative reviews that you know of? And if you do, have you responded to them? And if you have, how did you respond? Right? These are some questions to ask yourself to give yourself a checkup as far as how you're doing with your reputation and review strategy. So the number one mistake that we see dentists make when it comes to reviews, and you can see here, you know, we're not here to bag anyone or bag any companies or anything like that. However, there is some misinformation that is out in the marketplace right now. There is misinformation that dentists are hearing and sometimes listening to, and it's a travesty. And this is the number one mistake that we see a lot of dentists making, that they don't even know a lot of times they're making this mistake, and that is wasting time and resources posting reviews on third-party websites. So there's basically 2 to 3 websites that you need to be concentrating your reviews on. And many dentists have a system in place where they are emailing their patients after they come in for a procedure or a visit. After the patient leaves, they get the email. And the patient, though, is getting emailed a request for a review, but the review is to go to a third-party website. So it's a website that that we don't want. So it might be Demand Force, might be Lighthouse, might be Solution Reach. And what's happening is your reviews are getting posted to these sites where nobody's seeing them, right? Nobody's seeing them. People are reading Google reviews and Yelp reviews. They're not reading your reviews on Demand Force, Lighthouse, Solution Reach. So a lot of doctors don't even know that their reviews are being posted there. The big 3 that you want to be looking at are actually Google, Yelp, and Facebook. So all of your efforts should be focused on these 3 websites. All of your efforts should be focused on these 3 websites. You should be focusing all your effort on getting reviews on these 3 websites. One of the important things to note in relation to this is Facebook is really ramping up their efforts to attract small businesses like yourselves and to become a resource for patients. So you can see here, Facebook launched, they have a secret Yelp competitor for finding local businesses. Basically, they have launched initiatives very recently that is putting them in a position to compete with Yelp. What that means is you're going to need to actually start concentrating on Facebook reviews as well. And I'll show you exactly what this competitor to Yelp is. So if you may have seen recently showing up on your Facebook feed. I'm assuming everyone on here at least knows what Facebook is, probably uses Facebook. Well, let's check it out here. This is a new feature that Facebook has put in called recommendations. And you can see here what people can do now is they say, hey, I'm looking for recommendations about a restaurant or what it may be. They can do this with dentists, right? So you see M here. M has posted, hey, local friends, I'm looking for a new dentist for myself and her partner. And we want somebody who does great pediatric work in the area. Any suggestions? You can see here down at the bottom, Chris and Alcoff, so we go to this Gary Pitts, right? So, so you can see here that people can go online and give recommendations just like reviews, similar to Yelp. So Facebook is really starting to compete with Yelp, which means you've got to pay attention to them with your reviews. Let me show you a couple examples of what a 5-star reputation looks like. You can see here when you do a search, this is another example client, but when you do a search, when somebody does a search for your business, your practice, the first thing they're going to see is all your reviews. So let's say somebody finds out about you at a cocktail party or a referral. You've done all this work, get this referral. They want to come in your office. Before they come in your office, they're going to Google you. And they're going to see your Facebook reviews. They're going to see your Yelp reviews. They're going to see all these reviews, even for referrals, right? So it's extremely, extremely important. You can see here this Magic Smiles. They actually have 104 reviews, which is by far way more than all of their competitors. So by implementing these strategies that we're going to tell you, you can start to surpass your competitors, put yourself in a position to continue to land those referral patients who are checking your reviews as well as new patients. So another example here, 99 reviews. You can see here, you can sort by most recent. You can see here, if you looked at your reviews on Google, you can see, these are Google reviews, by the way. This is what Google looks like when you search your Google page. You can see here when was how long ago was it? See 2 weeks ago. You can see the number. You can see the rating. You can see patients can sort by most recent, whatever it may be. So the question is, you want to increase your reviews. You want to see new patients with those reviews. Where do you start, right? So the best place to start is do not ask every patient for a review. So that's one big misconception is, I'm going to go and I'm going to ask every patient for a review. We need to ask every patient for a review. That's actually not the case. You actually want to pick your best patients for review requests each day, right? And you want to make it easy for them to leave an online review. So here's what you're going to do. The best way to do this is have the doctor actually ask for a review. If the doctor isn't going to ask for a review, if you as that don't feel like asking for a review, you've really got to train your staff, right? So you're going to ask the patient if they can do you a favor and write a review. You can tell them it's not going to take very long because the first thing they're going to think is this is going to take me forever, right? So this is a step-by-step process how to ask for a review. You can tell them it's only going to take a few minutes. Explain how your practice and others in the community would benefit from a review. You might want to explain to them how you're a small business, you're not a huge dental chain, and you survive and thrive off community, off referrals, off word of mouth, and this is simply online word of mouth. So you explain to them how important these reviews are to the survival of your practice. You're going to explain how your practice and others in the community benefit from it. Number 4, you're going to tell them the easiest way to write a review so they can use their phone. That's the easiest way. The easiest, quickest way, if you feel comfortable, a lot of offices don't feel comfortable, but the ones that do feel comfortable asking for a review at the front desk as the patient's leaving, as they're happy, they can leave a review on their phone at the front desk. So if you use the script, if the doctor uses the script or the front office staff, they can actually leave a review before they leave the office. This is a tremendously effective way. We kind of talked about this as the at the desk method, right? So you're asking them when they're at the front desk, when they're excited, they're happy. You're going to ask them to go on their phone and leave a review right then and there. And their front office staff needs to be trained on how to kind of Google your office and show them how to leave a review. So that is one of the best ways to get reviews, is simply ask for them at the highest point of leverage, at the point where they are most likely to leave a review, which is when they're in your office and they just had a tremendous care from you. If the patient says no, that's okay, right? I mean, that's perfectly okay, and they probably will. They might, right? So that's okay. It's to be expected. It's no big deal. What you want to do is you want to ask patients, just your good patients, and ask enough of them where a percentage of them are actually going to leave a review at the desk, right? So that's one method. It's a very manual method, but it's actually a very effective method. Here's an example. So Dr. Andrew Rivers went through one of our training courses, which we offer training courses to dental practices and offices who kind of want to try to do this themselves. You know, some offices want to hire companies to do this for them. We certainly have a lot of offices do this, but some offices want to do it themselves. So we actually offered a training program. We currently have a training program. Dr. Rivers went through the training program, and he saw that using some of these methods we've talked about and going to talk about, tremendous increase from 4 to 12 reviews, right? He's in a small town, so that he immediately became the most reviewed dentist in his area. And from that, simply that, along with some other SEO tactics that he implemented from this training, he went from 17 to 30 new patients in 4 months. This is documented, and Dr. Rivers would tell you this exact thing. It's very, very possible if you become the leading dentist in your area with reviews, and it depends on how competitive your area is, to see a tremendous jump in new patients. So how to make it easy. Now, you got the at the desk method, right? You've got to train your staff. You've got to do that yourself. Very effective. If you don't think you can do that, right? If that sounds like too much or you might not feel comfortable, there are ways to drive people to leave reviews that are a little more automated, right? So this is the way. So what's called here, we call this the gating method, the G-A-T-I-N-G, gating method. And what you're going to do is you're going to have a page on your website similar to this, where you're going to ask people for feedback. Now, a couple of important points here. This is on your website, right? So basically what you're doing is you're creating a gate where you're going to click the review on your website before they go to Google or Yelp, right? So you're going to ask for the review, and you're kind of positioning this as feedback. So you're asking your patients, hey, leave us feedback, leave us a review, we really care, right? And so you can see here they have a place for their name, their email, and then their stars, how many stars they give you. So this is on your website. There's a page on your website. Very important. When they leave the review, they're going to go on to a next step, which means they're going to, if they leave a good review, right, if it's a 5-star, the software is automatically going to take them to Google and say, hey, by the way, if you don't mind leaving that same review on Google, we would appreciate it, right? So you're driving patients to a page on your website. They come in the office. You're going to email them. You're going to say, hey, leave us feedback. They're going to get an email. They're going to click on the email. They're going to go to a page on your website, which has this form right here. They're going to fill out the form. If they fill out the form and it's positive review, then they go to Google or Yelp. And the software asks them to put the review on Google or Yelp. If it's a negative review, well, where do you think we take them? Do you think we take them to Google or Yelp? If they've went to your website after an office visit and gave a negative review, do you think we give them send them to Google or Yelp? And of course the answer is no. Why would you do that, right? They're unhappy. So if they give you 1 to 3 stars, what you're going to do is what the software does, what this gating method does, is you are going to you're going to send them to another page that says, we're sorry you had a bad experience, we'll contact you shortly, right? So what you've done there is you've gated them. You've created a gate where the positive ones go to Google and Yelp, and if anyone has a negative experience, they go directly to your office, and then you get the email, and then you can address the problem. So they've never gone to Google or Yelp and put up a negative review. You're essentially gating the negative and positive reviews and only sending positive reviews to Google or Yelp. So hopefully that makes sense. Like I said, we have more about this at the end where you can learn more about it. But very, very effective. That's the gating method. The other way to do this is actually ask for reviews in a follow-up email. So what you can do is you can ask for feedback. So for example, you might have them fill out a form in your office, right? So they go to your office, they have a procedure done. When they're leaving, you have them fill out a paper form. So you say, hey, we have your feedback? They fill out the paper form, and then your front office staff or receptionist or front desk, when they get the paper form, they type it out on their computer, and they type out that exact feedback, right? So the patient has written feedback with a pen and pencil on a piece of paper. They give it to the front office staff. The front office staff types out that feedback, that review, and then emails the patient and says, hey, thank you for your review. We've typed it out for you. Would you mind putting this on Google and Yelp for us? Right? So a little bit of a tricky thing there, very important, and another extremely effective way to get reviews, which is have the patient fill out a form in the office, have the front desk type up the form, whatever they wrote with pen and pencil, type it up in an email, send it back to them, and then say, hey, would you mind leaving this feedback on Google or Yelp? Right? So your front office, and they're going to give them a link. So another quick-hitting, extremely effective way to get reviews. So how to deal with negative reviews. And keep in mind, we're going to come up to a Q&A at the end here, so get your questions ready. There should be a box where you can type in your questions. One question is, do you ignore negative reviews? Should you ignore them? And the answer is no. There's actually a way that you can handle negative reviews. So when possible, you can actually respond to your reviews. So I'll show you here what that looks like, but you can go on to Google and respond to reviews. One thing we recommend is to call the patient and actually see if you can resolve the problem. A lot of times a patient just wants to be heard, and all you need to do is give them a call and solve the problem. And a lot of times, I've heard many stories, we have many clients that have gotten negative reviews taken down. So patients will actually take down their negative review if you work with them. But take them very seriously, but also take them with a grain of salt, right? Know that you're dealing with consumers, and as a whole, you're going to have a loud minority. You're going to have people that are unhappy, and they're going to leave reviews. So just kind of know that and get enough reviews where it doesn't matter. But also, if you start seeing the same thing over and over again, I'm tired of the wait time. I was unaware of that I was going to be billed. And you get those negative reviews over and over again, it might be a chance to really take a look at some of your strategies or some of the ways that you're doing business. So we'd say take negative reviews seriously, but also take them with a grain of salt. So here's an example of responding to a negative review. You can see here the doctor had a really good response. This patient was unhappy, negative financial experience and quality of care experience, and then the response from the owner. This is on Google. These are Google reviews here. Sorry to hear that. We're very sorry. Give us a call, and we will help you discuss further. Right? So we're listening here. And what happens is a potential new patient sees this, and they see the negative review, and they don't like that, of course. But they see that the owner responded and is there, and it builds trust. Right? And it really increases the chance that they're going to come in and see you. So you can actually turn a negative review into a positive review. So if all your reviews are 5 stars, the patients tend to assume they're all legitimate, right? Of course, you can't blame them. But no one's perfect 100% of the time. Sometimes a negative review can contribute to building trust in your practice rather than diminishing it. So you want to take a negative review and turn it into a positive review. Respond to them, build trust, remind patients there are a real caring person behind the website, that you all are a real business. And one also quick tip is you can actually respond to positive reviews, right? So you can respond to positive reviews, and we do recommend this because, again, you're showing your patients that you're alive, you're living, you're breathing, you are there. So you can see here, this is again, this is Google reviews. This is on Google's platform. You can see the response here. This particular client answered, "Thank you so much. We're so happy your family and appreciate your son are having so much fun with us." So you can actually respond to positive reviews. You don't have to only respond to negative reviews. You can respond to positive reviews so that patients see, again, that you're alive, living, and breathing. So Google, here's some don'ts for you. Do not review your practice or ask your employees to review your own practice. It's against Google's terms of service. Do not offer incentives or rewards to patients to get them to review your practice. That is also against Google's terms of service and as well as Yelp's. And do not set up a kiosk or iPad in the office to get patients to leave a review. This is bad news bears. Google knows this, and they will penalize you if they see that, if they can tell that you have set up a kiosk or iPad. So the thing with Yelp is trust is highly valued with Yelp. You cannot pay Yelp until to remove a review. Do not specifically ask patients to write reviews on Yelp. It's actually against Yelp's terms of service to ask for reviews at all, right? So very important there. It's against Yelp's terms of service to ask for reviews at all. So the best you can do is ask them, put your sticker up. This is People Love Us on Yelp. That's really the best. So what you want to do is ask for Google reviews mostly. Can you get a negative review removed? So here's a big question we always get. Can you get a negative review removed? I would say 99% of the time not. Here are what some of the ways you could. If it's defamatory, if it's really hurting you, if it's false, inappropriate, foul language, it violates Google's policies. The way to get it reviewed or to get it removed is to contact Google and be persistent. It does take time. So I can tell you we have gotten reviews removed before, but it took many, many contacts to Google, and it was in extenuating circumstances. For example, it was we got reviews removed. It was a practice that had new owners, and it was basically a different practice now. And so we were able to go through and persistently talk to Google over and over again, and eventually they actually did remove the negative review. So it can happen. It's just very unlikely. Some final thoughts. You want to really get your staff members on board. It's very important to train your staff. You want to decide on the easy process to ask for reviews. So we gave you 3 methods. We gave you the method of asking at the desk. We gave you the method of the gating method. We have some software. And then we gave you the method where they fill out the feedback form and then you email it to them. Those are 3 methods to choose. You want to choose your best 2 to 3 patients each day to ask for reviews. So you don't want to be asking every single new patient every day. You want to respond professionally to any negative reviews, and then you focus your reviews on Google, Yelp, and Facebook. Don't waste time asking patients to leave reviews on third-party websites. So in summary, before we get to the question and answer, make it easy for your patients to leave positive reviews and leverage them to attract quality new patients. So some resources for you. Again, you're going to be emailed at the end of this our free best-selling book. We're going to tell you where we talk a lot bit about this. Our ultimate guide to reviews. So you're going to be emailed that as well. We're going to give you a script in the just ask kind of front desk scenarios. We're going to give you a script that you can give to your front office staff, or you, the dentist, can use this. And we're going to also give you a dentist guide to choosing a marketing company. Also, if you're interested in learning more, as always, we'd like to offer you, anyone on this call, we will sit down with you and develop a one-on-one marketing strategy for your practice. So if you need more reviews, if you're looking at increasing your new patients, if you're not where you want to be, if your competition's moved in your area, if you have high goals for for next year, then go ahead and sit down with us. You'll get an email, click on the offer here, and we will sit down with you and we will look at your particular practice, your situation, and we will show you, we'll develop a strategy with you to increase your new patients for next year, for the next 6 months, whatever it may be, whatever you are looking for. So with that, I will open it up to any questions that you may have. So go ahead and type in your box any questions. You should have a chat box there. Type in any questions that you might have. So type in any questions that you might have. If you have questions, let me know here. We'll wait here for just a few seconds. Okay, I see one. I see one here. It says, why are my Yelp reviews being filtered? Okay, great question. So what we find is a lot of practices, and by the way, as I'm talking here, go ahead and type any questions. you might have in the box. A lot of practices have gotten Yelp reviews, but then they have gotten filtered. So basically you can't see them anymore. They basically disappear from Yelp. And the reason is because the person who left that review from their account, they are not what Yelp considers to be a heavy user. They're a light user. They're not, if you've seen the word a Yelper. The person who left the review for you, whose review got filtered, are most likely not, they don't use Yelp enough. So Yelp doesn't trust their reviews, right? So there's a few ways to reduce the chances that your reviews get filtered. So one of them is if somebody's, first of all, find people who are Yelpers, and those are the ones that you want to really, you don't want to ask them to leave your review, but those are the ones you want to make it very clear that you do, they can review you on Yelp. They can leave feedback on Yelp. And you want to find people who you can have, let's say you had a family or friend who was going to, that you knew that you could coach through this. What you want to do is you want to have them go on Yelp and maybe check in to a few places. So on Yelp you can check in just like you can on Facebook. If they basically they need to use Yelp more before they leave you a review. So they need to check into a few places. Maybe they click like on, they like a few businesses, like you would on Facebook, but on Yelp you can do the same thing. Maybe they leave a few reviews for other businesses, and then when they leave a review for you, they're going to have a more trusted account, right? So it's a much more a bigger chance that they're not going to get filtered. Gary says, do you suggest a reward or gift for review? Gary, no, we don't. It's actually against, unfortunately, it's against Google's terms and services. So what you want to do is you can actually offer a reward to your staff. So what you want to do is develop a culture in your office of a staff who's excited to ask patients for reviews. And the best way to do it is actually create contests and excitement for your staff. So you might say, if we add 5 reviews this month, staff, then we're going to have a reward. Maybe we have a pizza party, maybe we give out some Starbucks cards or something like that. But you can use rewards to create a culture within your office to get the staff excited. And that's how we would utilize rewards rather than give them directly to patients. So any other questions there, or else we will wrap up. You will be emailed all of the guides and the opportunity to sit down with our new patient consultants to take a look at your situation, as well as the reviews guide and the training script and the guide to choosing a marketing company. So let me see here. Questions? I think we are good on questions. All right, we appreciate your time. Everyone stayed on. It was very attentive. I know this is a topic that people care a lot about, so congratulations for getting on here and really educating yourself. And let us know how those methods work for you. Those are 3 of the most effective methods that we have found. So with that, we will end, and we appreciate everyone being on the call here. Thank you.